Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, hope you're doing well. Do you remember the £150 Ford Mondeo that we had on the channel? What a story that was, what a beauty. How many subscribers we've gained, how many likes. Well, when we left that video on quite a high note.
I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it in the workshop and I'm going to get one of the lads to check it over. If this doesn't need too much mechanical work, I'm going to get Romas to clean it up.
Sadly, that's where the good news ended. Should we go and have a look?
Here we are. Well, you can see how confident I was that this car was going to make it by the fact that it's got a wing mirror. Look at that bad boy. Admittedly, it's not the right colour, but it does work. Admittedly, back to front. If you press left and right, or you press left it goes right, if you press down it goes up. But still, you would have figured it out. It would have been good enough for this car. Of course, it's the wrong colour, but I even went as far as investing in a can of spray paint for it. Between the wing mirror, which is £25, it was £30, but I made an offer on eBay and won, which was a bit of a bonus, £25, and a can of our mixed spray paint is about £15, let's say. So that's 40 quid. So the car now stands me at 150 for the car, £10 in fuel, plus 40 quid in whatever, so it owes me £200.
Old time quick maths.
I thought the car would probably be worth, in its condition, with a bit of touching up, maybe 995, probably more realistically 900 quid. So, stood at £200, plus it would have been at least 40 quid for an MOT, and then whatever it needed for repairs. So, obviously, I got Ryan to get it in the workshop, put it on the ramp, and he's checked it over and gave me a wincy little list of things it would need doing. Let's put it in the air and have a look. I say, Ryan's given me a list, and you know it's not good when it starts with Mondeo scrap. Let's have a look. As he's listed it out, we'll have a look at everything. First thing, no reverse light. Could just be a bulb, could be something more, but that's the least of our worries really. Next on the list, near side front and offside front brake pipes. Let's have a look for those. Yeah, look at the state of those, they're not looking good, are they? Nice and crispy. And look at everything else. These suspension control arms, everything is looking pretty rusty under here. Alright, next on the list, near side rear and offside rear brake pipes. All. Looking good, right? Yeah. So they want replacing. Same as everything. Through here. Also the handbrake's on the wrong side apparently, but not too much of an issue. Not as much of an issue as these brake pipes. And then, this ramp doesn't really help us see it, but all the way through. So they would need replacing front to back, all the way through to every brake, basically. The state of the exhaust is even like, it's like this thing's been dragged from the bottom of the ocean. Next up, near side and offside, ball joint boots. Trash. Squished and dead. Offside, outer CV boot. You can see it's pretty gunky there, it's got a bit of a split in it, it's starting to lose grease. So that will need changing. Offside front, disc corroded inner face. Yep. So, probably that caliper's potentially knackered. It's not really clearing off the back face of that. Offside handbrake cable insecure. Well, I think he said that could probably be fixed with just like a zip tie or whatever. This is not drastic. Rear subframe bushes are deteriorating. Well, I'd say absolute state. The whole thing is looking ridiculous. This is pretty much the way it goes with these Mondeos, unfortunately. I think they will go and go, but they all just end up looking like they've been dragged up from the Bristol Channel. I mean, look at the state of it. Lastly, rear discs corroded. Don't know how well you'll be able to see in there, but they're looking pretty crappy. Huge lip, they're going to want replacing. So what are we going to be looking at? Well, at least a bowl, an absolute ton of brake pipes, which it's not so expensive when it comes to parts, but it's the labour for the guys spending hours making them up front to back, doing all the joints and everything on them. And out a CV joint, couple of ball joints, not the end of the world. It's probably going to want disc and pads all round. Swap the handbrake cable over to the right side. Rear subframe bushes is going to be so labour intensive. And then even when it comes to it, you go and get an MOT, it's going to have a million advisories for corrosion anyway, which is going to kill this car. It's going to kill its resale value. Someone may want it, but they're going to just kick you in the balls because it's just says that it's got rust everywhere, and it has. You know, it's kind of come to the end of its life, really, isn't it? So as I mentioned in the last video, it has got brand new tyres, pretty much bar 100 miles all the way around, and they're not exactly premium. They are ultra high performance Excellons, but still, it's handy to have some pretty new tyres just on the rack out there for as and when we need them. And I've got literally a wall made of tyres out there that we have to pay to get rid of, about a couple of quid a time. So if I can put 4 of those on here and get 4 good tyres back, that might get me out of a pickle at some point in the future. I think it's worth doing. And then it's off to the crusher in the sky for this thing. But at least we can take it down there and show you the process and see what happens. I did phone the metal recyclers today, and they said that whole cars, scrap, are making £160 per tonne at the moment. If you look at the specs for this car, 1.7 tonnes, I reckon we should be getting 250 quid or more. Plus I'll have got, let's say, 120 quid's worth of tyres, and save myself a tenner in recycling fees for the other ones. So we should be still pretty quids in, and I don't have to deal with selling it to someone and them getting upset because it turns out it's rusty as hell. So let's get these tyres off and let's get it out of here. Just to see those discs a bit better. Yummers. The whole thing. So coming off, we've got 205 55 16s, and I'm putting on just a mixture of anything I can find 16. This one is a 195 45 16, so as you can see, it's quite a bit of a smaller wall, but you know, scrapyard's not going to mind, so they're just going to have to get rid of them, they're not going to reuse them, so may as well save the decent ones. Hard work, this tyre fitting lark. Anyway, I found that the spare in the boot, the best tyre of the lot, is a Michelin, but it is pretty well worn. I don't know how old it is, so I'll stick that on the back, and then we can take the other one off and we'll just chuck the rim in the boot. Job's a good one.
Okay, so it came to £204.40. So we're not making absolutely tons of money here, but the way I look at it is I've got my board of profit and loss here. Mondeo, it cost me 150 quid. The fuel was £10. The mirror cost me 25 quid. You know, hindsight, I would have looked the car over before I ordered that. Oh, I forgot, paint. Minus, let's say, 15 quid. Then we've got 4 tyres, which are Excellon 215 55 16s. The other ones I can seem to find are a pair for about 150 quid. That's retail. I'm going to say they've been used for about 100 miles. Let's say it's 30 quid a tyre, so it's 120 quid plus. And then we got £204.40, which makes a total of £124.40, I think, because I've only just remembered the paint. So if my mental arithmetic is wrong, I'm sorry, I never was very academically skilled. You win some, you lose some. We never really planned to make much money from it, but you know, it's always nice to save a bit where you can, and I always like to try and save a car and put it back on the road if I can. But this one was just a bit of a bridge too far, really. There was no real point in spending, you know, 500 quid and loads of labour just to make maybe 800 quid back. You know, cut your losses, get rid of it. We've got a few tyres to chuck on the shelf, and it is out of my hair. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you have, thank you so much for all the subscribers from the last video. I think we had about 800 from £150 Mondeo video, and I've done Porsches and Golf Rs and whatever on here. So I'll get more shit boxes on the channel. Can't really argue with the statistics. Anyway, stick around for that. Please do like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next video.